Hello, we're the Burnin question. Let's introduce ourselves.
Burn,
Big Troy, Hunter RRR, Chloe D, Riley TT.
In this episode, we will show 5 different healthy and easy recipes while going over cleanliness, hazards, and tips. First is Chef Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm gonna be making over easy fried eggs today. So all you're gonna need 2 eggs if you want to. If you want 3, you can have 3. And sausage patties. I'm just gonna use 1 for this video. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to turn this on. Okay, so now that I have it turned on, you're gonna turn it up to about medium. You're gonna wait for this to heat up. I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna be cooking in a cast iron skillet. Ready. Make sure you wash your hands when you're doing this because this stuff can actually get really dirty. As well, watch out for the hot surfaces. Just make sure you do. This stuff gets hot. I'm gonna be cooking the sausage first because that's gonna put the actual grease and flavor into the pan first. If you're using something other than the cast iron skillet, make sure you spray it with ham or put olive oil in it so that it doesn't stick. So here, just gonna put my hand, place it in. It's gonna start sizzling. Off the bat, grab your spatula. You might want to move it around. It's off center. Eventually, the bottom is gonna become brown, and that's when you're gonna know. Hey, it's getting ready to get flipped over. But you want a nice crisp brown on about a third to halfway up before you start flipping it. While this is cooking, I would like to note, always measure any sort of sausage or meat with a meat thermometer. Sausage should be 160 degrees, about that temperature to be cooked well. Right now it's about a third. I might have to wait a bit longer, but it looks, when I flip it over, you can't see this, but it looks pretty much just golden brown, which is what you want at the bottom. So the golden brown, like this.
Good.
It's really nice. And then just grab it on your patty, flip it over, and repeat the process for the other one. But what you're gonna have in the end is sausage. Red equals raw. During the sausage cooking, once the outside becomes fully red, like you see here, it's mostly the red has disappeared. You're still gonna wait a few seconds because the inside probably isn't red, and you have to wait a few seconds to get that fully cooked. All right, so what you can see here, I've been letting this cook for a few seconds after the red has fully disappeared, and it seems to be sizzling. The sizzling has seemed to be dying down when I keep it at one position. So that pretty much means that a lot of the grease has been removed from the raw meat. It's been evaporated onto the thing, and it's ready to be taken out. So get these things, and we're just gonna take them out onto the plate. I put these in for a few minutes while this thing was cooling down because it didn't seem cooked enough. If you have to do that, then please go ahead. It's not safe to eat raw meat, but as you can see with this sausage, it's completely cooked all the way through. And for this one, we're about to see if I can cut with the spatula, and it looks pretty well cooked. So that's how you cook sausage.
Great job, Chef Ben.
I set the thing back up to heating, so pretty much what we're gonna do to fry the egg, crack the egg into here, well, or you could do both eggs at once, it doesn't really matter, as long as you can keep them separated, or if you want them together, then that's fine, but I prefer to keep mine separated. But you crack the eggs in here, essentially you're gonna wait for the white part of the egg to get more white. And then once it's completely filled with white, it's not see-through or anything, then you're gonna wait a few seconds, once again, to let it internally cook. And then once you start to see any brown, then pretty much you're just gonna flip it. Be careful not to break the yolk in this process, because that's when the yolk is susceptible to damage. and you don't want that because it doesn't taste or look good. So what I'm going to be doing, this is called an over easy egg. It's where the yolk is still a liquid inside. So as you can see, I cracked the egg on the table. I just do it like that. Now break the egg open over the whatever you're using as a heat source. It's gonna sizzle like that for a few seconds. If you have like grease in here, as I do, it's gonna be a bit brown at the bottom, but that's not the brown that you're looking for to flip it over. So as you can see, it's becoming less see-through quite fast. You can see that portion just instantly turned white. Now we're gonna wait a few seconds because this is going to rise a small bit. Waiting for this back part to get even more white because it doesn't look like it's being cooked all the way through as this part is. Now there's bubbles forming. That's a indicator that it's getting close. And I think now might be a good time. Try not to break the yolk and flip it. It's not going to take long for the bottom part to cook that you can see. Pretty much we're just going to lift that off, flip it over, and it should look like that. And I can cook another egg right after that. There you go. That's a nice sizzle. Okay, so now I'm just going to demonstrate what it should be like. Like you just break that open, you can spread it around the egg, add some salt, pepper. That's pretty much it's a really nice over easy egg. When you cut it open, it shouldn't be that liquefied. It should look plain and white like this. See on the inside? You can see it's bubbling, the white's showing, it's rising a bit, and it looks like we have some brown there, so I think it's ready to. And as you can see, this one was not ready to flip, but just flip it like that. Amazing. So this is an example of what not to do. As you can see, the egg is still pretty much white inside. There is a bit of uncooked egg yolk, which is actually healthy. That's how I cook breakfast.
Tasty. Very scrumdiddlyumptious.
Yolk. Tastes like an egg yolk, because it's pretty good. Just tastes like a sausage. I said it like yolk.
Really good egg. Very
Yeah, you said yolk.
very delicious. We recommend again.
Very chewy. It's not like chewy, it's like tender. It dissolves in your mouth and it's really good.
Hi, I'm Chef Troy, and today we're making fruit kebabs. So, some safety. Whenever you're using a knife, make sure that you keep your fingers out of the way and you are not too aggressive. Also, when using fruits, make sure to wash them. Same with vegetables. Okay, to practice proper food safety, we're going to rinse our fruits. Yeah, they're not recording.
They're going to be doing a lot of
Okay, next we are going to cut our strawberries that we washed earlier. Okay, next we are going to cut our kiwis, which we also washed earlier. Okay, next we are going to cut the banana. And when cutting the banana, look for brown spots. If you see brown spots, you're able to just do a little V cut and cut out the brown spots. Now we are going to kebab the kebabs. Hi, I'm Chef Riley, and I'm gonna be making smoothies today. What you'll need is milk, yogurt, blueberries, and a blender. Make sure you're wearing gloves, and don't put your hands in the blender. First we're gonna wash the blueberries. Okay, so you're gonna need about a half a cup of blueberries. Next you're gonna want about a half a cup of yogurt. And then you're gonna want about a cup of milk. Sorry. Now you're gonna wanna blend it.
Yeah, I'll call that if you're not careful. Yeah, we'll pour it over, not over that. That's alright.
Yeah, that looks good. It's okay. And there's your blueberry smoothie.
Hi, I'm Chef Chloe, and today I'm making healthy chocolate pudding. Okay, so first you need 2 cups of milk in a saucepan. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So you know what? We'll just boil it. You need the cocoa powder, which you need 1/4 of a cup. And sweetener, which 1/3 of a cup, which we can just kind of do a little bit more than before. I'm sorry, I'm really messy today. So this is 1/4, so we're going to do a little bit more. Okay, now I'm not going to heat this up yet because I don't want it to burn. So we're going to make the other part, which needs a half a cup of milk. Then we need cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now we are going to mix that up. We have to mix this until dissolved. Now that's dissolved, we are going to heat this up, and once this heats up, then we are going to add the cornstarch mixture. I'm going to mix this up from earlier. Now that it's, warm, we're going to add the cornstarch mixture. And now we mix it and let it to a boil. Once it's done boiling, we are going to add 3/4 of vanilla extract to it. As you can see, it's getting thicker, and it's also starting to boil by the bubbles. Careful. It will kind of stick to the pan a little bit, so just kind of scrape it off a little bit. That's okay.
Hello, I am Chef Hunter, and I'm going to be making almond burgers. So first, you're going to need 2 cups of almonds, Then you need a food processor. Put it in the food processor. Do that again because you need 2 cups. Then you will want to turn the food processor on. Now it's time to turn on the food processor. So you want to mix it for 5 minutes and stopping every 1 minute to scrape down the sides until it gets to a good consistency. If you want, you could also do it for 15 or 20 minutes so it could get to the right consistency. So when you're done mixing it, it should be looking like a buttery consistency. You're going to want to take it out of the food processor and add 2 tablespoons of honey and mix it by using a spoon.
We hope you take these tips and recipes into consideration. Thank you for watching Burnin question.